The 2026 Suzuki Vitara is officially the most misunderstood SUV on the market today, and frankly, it is time to set the record straight. Because while everyone else is chasing high-priced, over-engineered crossovers, Suzuki has quietly perfected the art of the reliable, no-nonsense daily driver. For decades, the Vitara nameplate has been synonymous with rugged capability. Yet the 2026 iteration faces a brutal identity crisis as it goes head-to-head with a swarm of aggressive competitors. From Kia, Hyundai, and Toyota, most reviewers are quick to call it dated or aging, but they are completely missing the point of why this car is actually winning over thousands of savvy buyers who value substance over flashing lights. If you think the automotive world has moved past the need for a simple, honest machine, you are about to be proven wrong. But there is a massive catch, a hidden technical flaw buried deep in its powertrain architecture that Suzuki has been trying to downplay. It is a specific performance bottleneck that could literally make or break your decision to pull the trigger on this purchase. And I am going to reveal exactly what that is and why it matters right at the end of this video. First, let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is the 1.4-liter booster jet engine paired with the updated mild hybrid system. In a world obsessed with massive, laggy touchscreens and bloated, heavy EV architectures that turn every car into a boat, Suzuki has kept this setup remarkably lightweight and incredibly nimble. Driving this car doesn't feel like navigating a complicated server room on wheels. It feels like driving a real automobile where the inputs actually translate directly to the road surface. The handling is genuinely sharp. The steering feel is surprisingly communicative for the segment. And when you opt for the all-grip trim, it punches way above its weight class when the weather turns sour or the road gets twisty. If you are finding this breakdown of the real-world value proposition helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a like. It truly helps the channel keep digging into these honest, no-fluff reviews that the big manufacturers don't want you to see, as we focus on the specs that actually impact your wallet and your weekend. Beyond the raw mechanics, the 2026 updates have refined the interior just enough to stay relevant, without inflating the price tag into total oblivion. You get the essentials: seamless smartphone integration, a reliable, robust suite of safety tech like blind spot monitoring and adaptive cruise control, and the kind of ergonomic simplicity that makes your daily commute actually bearable instead of a chore. It isn't trying to win an interior design award, and that is precisely why it works so well for the average buyer. The build quality feels solid. The materials are chosen for durability, rather than just looking good for the first 6 months, and the cabin space is optimized for real people, not just for brochures. When you sit in the driver's seat, you feel an immediate sense of control, which is something most modern cars have, completely lost in their quest to digitize everything. However, we need to address the intense competition. When you stack this against the latest offerings from Korea or Japan, you realize that the Vitara is playing an entirely different game. It isn't trying to be the trendiest SUV at the trailhead, loaded with gimmicks that you'll never use. It is trying to be the one that is still running flawlessly 10 years from now. But there is that nagging question of innovation. While competitors are pushing full-blown plug-in hybrids and aggressive, polarizing styling, Suzuki is holding firm to their tried-and-tested formula. Is that brand loyalty, or is it stubbornness? For many, the answer is irrelevant, because of the drastically lower maintenance costs and the legendary reliability that Suzuki brings to the table, which keeps your money in your pocket instead of the service department's register. Now, we finally come to the moment of truth. You have heard about the agility, the smart all-wheel drive system, and the interior utility. You might be ready to head to the dealership right now, but you need to know about the one compromise that defines the 2026 experience. Because Suzuki opted for a cost-effective, mild hybrid approach rather than a full Toyota-style series parallel system, you are going to encounter a distinct lack of low-end torque when you really need to surge into highway traffic or perform a quick overtake. It is a subtle, yet present sluggishness that manifests when the small battery assistance hits its thermal limit, a power gap that occurs right in the mid-range RPMs during hard acceleration. It doesn't ruin the car, but it forces a change in your driving style that you absolutely must. Experience during a test. Drive before you commit your hard-earned money. It is not necessarily a deal breaker for a city commuter, but for the enthusiast driver or the person who does a lot of heavy highway passing. That specific power dip is the one thing they just didn't fix this year. Choose wisely, because once you sign that paperwork, that power characteristic is something you will be living with for a long, long time.